Welcome to ReginaldESQ. I'm Underhook and this is my review of the Tier 7 Russian heavy tank, the IS. Well, what can we say? It's basically the KV-1S with 2 steps forward and 2 steps backward. 2 steps forward being it has improved hull armor and it has more hit points. 2 steps backward being the speed has reduced and the gun depression is quite a bit worse. I'll get into the review. It has 1,230 hit points, which is quite low for a Tier 7 heavy. 47 to 48 tons, has 700 horsepower, and a speed limit of 34 kilometers an hour. That speed is reduced from the KV-1S, which had a top speed, here we see it, of 43 kilometers an hour. And the KV-1S also had a traverse speed of 30, which is actually improved here on the IS. It's now 35. So we take a hit on top speed of 8 kilometers an hour and we gain 5 in traverse speed. So it is quite maneuverable at lowish speeds and does still get around. It just doesn't have that really great relocating speed that it used to have. The armor I'll talk about in a minute. The gun, well, I'll get into the gun in a minute too. The turret traverse is 28, which is exactly the same as it was on the KV-1S and is pretty good. It is in fact exactly the same turret as on the KV-1S in every respect. The view range is 350 meters, which is not too bad, and the signal range has improved vastly from the KV-1S and is now 625, which is quite acceptable. Let's talk now about the gun. The gun is the same gun as we had on the KV-1S. In fact, it's exactly the same. The only thing that's changed is the rate of fire. So the rate of fire improves from 16 seconds reload to a 12.3 second reload now. So that's quite a bit better. The penetration of the gun remains 175 and the damage 390. The 175 penetration is adequate at Tier 7, not bad at Tier 8 and inadequate at Tier 9. The accuracy of 0.46 becomes quite inadequate at Tier 9 also because you really need to be hitting weak spots to get any penetration, and it's very difficult to aim at weak spots with that sort of accuracy. And the 3.4 second aiming time is also a problem, but it always was with this gun. Alright, enough about the gun. The camouflage on this tank is the best of the Tier 7 heavies. So being a heavy, it's not great, but it is the best of the Tier 7, so it's quite good in that respect. Now let's get on to the armor. As I said, it's exactly the same turret and has 100 at the front, 90 on the side, 90 in the rear, which is exactly the same as it is on the KV-1S. Still has the machine gun port at the rear, the horrible huge cupola on top. The front is still okay. However, now against Tier 9s and more often against Tier 8s, they can just punch through this. It doesn't bounce that much anymore. The hull armor has improved. It was, I think, 75 at the front. Let me double check that with the KV-1S. It was, yes, 75 at the front and 60-60. It is now, whoops, it is now 120 at the front, so it's a pretty big improvement from 75. 90 on the side, which is up from 60, and 60 at the rear, which is the same, I think. The rear is now sloped, which is good. And at the front, it looks pretty similar, except that they've done away with that machine gun port, which was a weak spot, and we still have the driver's view port, which is still fairly hard to hit though. And they see they've sloped these edges here at the front. So from frontally, that's quite bouncy there. However, when you're angled, it's not as bouncy, but it's still not bad. You'd have to be angled really over angled, and then this would be a weak spot, but yeah, your whole side is a weak spot if you've over angled that much anyway, so it's quite good. But against Tier 9 tanks and a lot of Tier 8, especially tank destroyers, your armor will not present a problem. They'll just punch straight through it anyway, even if you're angled. And the side of the turret is very, very weak. That's about it for the armor, I think. Oh, the only other thing to watch with this turret, because this turret slopes down here and there's a big gap just here, punching a shot into here is almost a guaranteed penetration through the turret ring, because if it does ricochet, it's going to ricochet and be guided basically straight into the turret ring. It's a bit of a problem. It's the same problem as is on the KV-1S. You can see it's the same there. It just gets guided in there. It's a bit of a fault with the tank, but hey, you can't have everything. What else is there to say about this tank? the gun depression, I meant to say that. It was -8 degrees on the KV-1S, and on the IS it's only -6 degrees, which is a real problem. You can no longer hill fight with this, pop over hills and take a shot. It just doesn't have the gun depression. You have to expose too much of your tank to do that. You're exposing basically your entire hull, and you will get pinged. So it loses that ability, which is, in my opinion, a major deficit. And you really don't get much gain other than some extra hit points, a bit better reload, and slightly better traverse. It's really not enough to make up for the gun depression. It really makes the tank less versatile. It does have, however, 25 degrees of elevation, which is huge, so there is that. Alright, let's get into some gameplay.
Time to roll out.
Tier 7 game in my IS. There's about 4 Tier 7s on each team. Then we've got sort of 4 or 5 Tier 6s and the rest are Tier 5s. Fair bit of artillery in this game. The enemy team has 3 artillery and we have 2. See an E75 there. I'm going to take a crack at it on the way through. But then I see the VK here. But he's actually moving behind cover now. Wasn't a very good shot. Fortunately I bounced the shot from the E25, but then he fires again and I take 150 damage from it. That was rapid firing. Don't think the E25 has an auto loader, does it? Maybe it does. The other guys were waiting back there. I decided we need to get further forward, so I start pushing forward. Put a shot on the move into the VK, which is a pretty lucky hit with such an inaccurate gun. Not much to aim at, but we aim at the cupola, the weak point on E25, and miraculously hit it. That was a good shot and a bit of a lucky shot. AMX is coming up after us. I'm about to reload. Now reloaded. I think he was hoping we weren't reloaded yet. He gets a shot into me. I try and take as much cover as I can. Then zoom in on his cupola. I eat another shot. And myself and someone else managed to finish him off. There's a Hellcat coming across there. Waiting for my gun to reload. I'm taking aim. He's stopped. Big mistake. Alright, so that was a fairly hectic start. Quite a bit of action. So we've got an AT-8, which is a pretty well armoured British tank destroyer. I decided I'm going to try and get round behind it. And I see this E25 here again. See if I can do that trick of getting his cupola again. And I fired down onto... Ended up hitting the front of his tank. I think I ended up aiming for the top of his tank, but ended up hitting the front and it bounced. Almost reloaded. I was just poking my back out to see if I could spot anything. I couldn't. So I really want to get E25's move now, so that should give me a chance to get round behind this AT-8. Although that E25 is probably spot on. Oh, there's a VK just here. So we take him out first. He does hit me, but only 135. We can wear that. And the E25 shoots and bounces off me. Very lucky. And then someone else takes out the E25. So now it's just the AT-8 here. We've got our M6 moving in, so this AT-8's days are numbered. I decided to go around the back again since the M6 is occupying his front end. Still at full health though, the AT-8. He's putting shots into the M6, but that's probably because it's from the front now. We've got the side of the tank exposed. I decided to not take any chances. I actually tried to aim for the cupola, but actually it hit the top of the side, which was enough anyway. It penetrated anyway. Alright, so we're on 2 kills. We've done a bit of damage. It's all going really good. It's 9-7 though. Yeah, we're winning. They've just lost another one, so it's now 10-7. So it looks like we're going to win this game. Although, they are capping. Artillery. Don't have time to properly aim, but get a bit of a lucky shot there. Only partially aimed. I didn't have time, obviously, to wait. See if we can get this arty as well. Someone else gets that one. Looks like someone's taking care of the cap. They're down to one person in the cap, and it's 33%, 34% now. So it looks like someone's covering that. And they're back to 1%. So obviously, someone on our team is covering that cap situation, which is good. We've just found their other arty now. There's only the arty and a tiger left. Can I get there in time to get this arty? No, it doesn't look like I can. Someone's got the tiger, so it's just the arty. And just as I pull up to it, someone else gets it. End of the game. Okay, so that was a pretty quick game, and we got a sniper medal, which is nice. I love getting medals. And we had quite a good game there. Looks quite a good looking screen, that one. Next screen, we finished on top for experience with over 1,000 raw experience. That's a great result. Over 2,500 damage as well. So yeah, you can say that we played a big part in that victory. And the final screen, we fired 10 shots, had 9 direct hits, which is why we got that sniper medal. Penetration's 8, which is very good. Damage 2,552. We received 6 hits, 5 of them penetrated. So we can see that the armor on the IS is not that great. Although I don't really recall being penetrated 5 times. I'm sure the E25 bounced more than one shot. Maybe our tracks ate a couple of shots. The enemy spotted 3, enemies damaged 6, destroyed 3. That's great. A little bit of spotting damage there as well. And 52,000 earnings, which is very good, and a $15,000 bonus. So without that, we still would have earned what, about 35,000 or something, which is pretty good earnings for a game. So the tank is a good earner. And as you can see there, the over 1,000 experience, raw experience, and it came up to 1,566 with premium. Great result. On to the next game. The map is Mountain Pass. I'm in my Tier 7 Russian Heavy, the IS. It's a Tier 8 game, although there's only 3 Tier 8s on each side. The enemy has a pair of premium IS-6s and a T... I can't read that font. Or T something medium tank. And then we both have a couple of Tier 7s, and the rest are all Tier 6s apart from a couple of Tier 4 scouts. And the enemy has a Matilda on their side. So he must be part of a platoon. I bet he's feeling a bit annoyed. I decided to go around his back way. Usually when you play this map, a few heavies or tank destroyers go this way. It appears that I'm the only one going this way today, which is a bit of a worry. I'd rather have somebody else coming with me. Hopefully somebody with good armor to counter my poor armor, and also to cover me when I have to reload. But I'm on my own. I was sort of half expecting to see someone there, a scout or something, but nobody there, so we'll press on. I'm using cover as much as I can on the way through here. Being quite careful. I want to always be in a position of cover and a position where I can shoot straight away if I need to. A little surprised I haven't seen anyone yet. Okay, we've spotted a KV-1S, our little brother. Now I didn't fire then because I wasn't fully aimed, and I didn't want to... If I had fired without fully aiming, the KV-1S would have had a chance to just keep going past that rock and have a free shot at me. I didn't want to give him that opportunity. Now I've got more hit points than the KV-1S and the same gun, and a quicker reloading gun, so I can afford to poke out and have a shot. Fortunately, he pokes out first and allows me to track him, and it was a bit of a fluke, but the tracking shot I did also did damage. So now I'm just waiting for reload, and that's it. Nothing he could do. It is a lesson though that you should always carry a small repair kit, and if you get tracked like that, immediately use your repair kit and pull back around. It's only 3,000 credits for a repair kit, and when you consider that one premium round in these tanks is 4,800, it's worth taking. Just pausing here to see if I spot anything. Nothing there. I assume well, obviously I was spotted by that KV-1S, so I kind of assumed that a bunch of people will be running up to me to get me. But I haven't seen anyone. There's a dead tank there, so maybe they've encountered more resistance than they thought up here, and they're in a fight or something. Okay, Matilda. I can one-shot a Matilda. It's on full health. And we do one-shot him for 370 hit points. Poor bugger. Well, it's 7-9, and we are losing at the moment. There's a Hellcat. He's now gone, although he was previously damaged, only 170 something hit points. It's now 8-10. We're losing. KV-1S, at least he knows I'm there. We've managed to get shot into him, we'll pull back. One more hit and he'll be toast. So I don't know what he's doing just sitting there. See if he's rotated. No. That's what you call a very silly person. He should have at least turned his tank to face me so that he had some armor on me. Oh, I've been hit. 304. Ooh, that hurt. Dick and Max. We miss. I first decided to angle my tank towards him, then I decided, no, I'm just going to get the hell out of the way before he reloads. And I get behind the rocks. And now we're going to get my tank nice and angled. Perfect angle. Aim. Fully aimed. Take the shot. And I can see a lot of dust, and it looks like a mark there where the shell just hit the ground. He's hit us again, and I've decided I'm not going to risk shooting at range anymore and having it miss, so I close the range. I stop, allow my tank to come to complete stop and settle down. He gets a hint to me which I expected. I tried ramming him, but I didn't do enough damage. Wait for my gun to reload. I'm going to aim at the hole that I've already put in him and finish him off. I just didn't want to get into a long range exchange with him because he's got an accurate gun and I don't. So even though I knew I would take hits going into him, I just had to do it. And because I knew a couple of hits I'd finish him. So that has taken me though from full health down to 347. I'm now a one-shot kill for all the tanks that are remaining. There's two IS-6s. They're now capping. I've got to get back. I was going to head towards their base and I saw that they were capping, so I just decided to head back and help. We've got an IS-3 there, and oh, we had an AMX there. He's been killed. So it's now 2 of us against 4 of them. They're at 17% capping. Okay, our IS-3, who was at pretty much full health, has just taken out their IS-6, which is excellent. He's doing good. He's on 2 kills. And I'm on 5 kills. Oh, that's good. Now, they're at 37%. There's 3 of them in the cap. This is pretty bad for us. Oh, no, 2 of them are in the cap. And there's a T-25-2 and then 2 premium tanks. T-25-2 probably does the least damage, so if I have to shoot, I'll shoot him last. 85. Oh, look how quick it's going up. There's 3 of them in there. Oh, no. IS-3, hit someone, please. No, it's 100%. Oh, yes! IS-3, you legend. He took a hit when he did it, but he hit them and reset the counter. Oh, he took half the counter off. Well done, IS-3. I'm just flying in just to get a shot. I take out the IS-6. Oh, beautiful. I took a hit, though, and now I'm dead. Well, that was worth it. We're down to 21% again. And he took out the he took out the other tank. So he's only got the T-25-2 left. I think we know who's going to win this. The T-25-2 has virtually no armor. And IS-3 has very good armor, so that's it, we won. Oh, what a game. What a finish. The IS-3 player saved our butts. As you can see, we've got Top Gun, which is great, and it was our first class mastery badge, which is also nice to get. Great looking screen there. It was a A fun game, that one. And on next screen we can see that we finished on top for experience with over 1100 raw experience, which is fantastic. We didn't finish on top for damage though. The IS3 had that honour. He did a great job. What's his name? Wasabi 0916. Wasabi, I guess that makes him a hot player. I think I came third for damage. But we, yeah, great game. Great game. Let's have a look at the final screen. And the final screen, you can see we fired 11 shots with 9 direct hits and 9 penetrations. That's very lucky. I think the only 2 we missed were on that Dicker Max there. Damage 2,800, which is very good. Hits received 6, penetrations 5. So we can see here once again the armor on the IS doesn't really stop much. Potential damage received 1830, spotted 3, damage 6, destroyed 6 because we've got the top gun there. Base defense points 29, and we see we made good credits there. Would have, without the special bonus, mission bonus, would have been about 30,000, which is not bad. And yeah, 1100 raw experience, which gave us 1668 with premium. Wow, what a game! Thank you for watching my review of the IS. A good tank, but not much of an improvement over the KV-1S. If you liked this review, please give me a thumbs up or a like. That would be very much appreciated. And if you wish to see any more reviews, please subscribe to ReginaldESQ. Until next time, have fun.